This is where most people mess up. Most people will do the resume, cover letter, upload both of them, fill out the application, and just wait for a call. No, we're not doing that. That's not what you're supposed to do. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Winter, and in today's video we're going to talk about your professional life and ways you can improve it. To anybody who don't know and that's new here, welcome. And to everybody else that's been here, thanks for coming back. I am doing a little mini series type thing with the 7 dimensions of well-being. So that's like mentally, physically, emotionally, things like that. And today's video is basically based on the professional side of things. And to be more specific, it's going to be talking about how to actually find a job. And I know to most people it's something like very simple, like finding jobs easy, but for a lot of people it's not easy. It can be tough and difficult trying to find a job, especially one that you want and that'll pay well. So the first thing to that is going to be your resume. Now, if you don't have a resume or your resume is not updated, you're going to need to go and update it. And a resume is simply work history, work experience, your skills, and education. And if you have one that's already, made, just go ahead and go update it, because obviously you know what it is and how to do it. So just update it, make sure it's up to date. And also, for anyone who don't know, go online and like Google or whatever and just type in like resume examples. That way, and make sure you type it in for what position you're applying for. So if you put in Google resume example for a warehouse position, then it'll give you resumes, for that position. And then that's where you can go in and tweak it, like obviously put your name, take things out of there that you do know how to do, and add it to your resume. And if you still don't understand that, like I said, you can go to Google and kind of research it. What is it, how to make one. I'm pretty sure to say, like literally. And you're also going to need a cover letter. This is like the main thing that, to me, people don't have. You need to have a cover letter. Like I just feel like it's important. And a cover letter is just simply introducing yourself to the employer. That's basically what a cover letter is. Explaining why you want the job and how you will be the best person for the position. And make sure you always save both of these. Save your cover letter and save your resume. I don't care if you save it to your phone, to your email, save it to anything where you can quickly upload it to an application, or you could print out multiple copies of it. Make sure it's accessible, your resume and your cover letter. And if you don't know what a cover letter is, again, you can go on Google and type in cover letter examples, specifically for a warehouse position. It'll give you a bunch of them, and just tweak it and make it fit for you. Just always keep it updated. And to make this easier, just update it every time you get a different job. Or if you start a new job, go ahead and just update your resume. Even though you don't need it right now because you currently have the job that you applied for, still just update it. Because later down the line, if you don't want that job or you switch jobs, then you're going to try to remember what day you started, what day you left, what you did. So just update it like right after you get the job. Just keep it updated. Now, after you made a resume or updated your resume and you made a cover letter, now we're going to go into filling out the applications. Definitely have a plan, and do not fill out any applications to a job that you really don't want. Just don't do it, because it seems like that'll be the main one that'll call you back, or the main job that you get, but you really didn't want it. So just don't even apply to it. And what I mean by have a plan is pick like a certain amount of applications you want to fill out in a day. So if you want to pick 2 applications a day, just Monday through Friday, you're going to fill out. Make sure you do that. Applications are super long and super annoying. Yes, we all know that. But by you having that resume, when you upload the resume, it just like autofills, and that takes out a lot of work when it comes to filling out applications. So definitely, if you can upload your resume, definitely do so, because it'll fill in majority of the application. After you fill out the application, make sure you write down the company's name, phone number, the date, and the position that you applied for, because you're going to need those later on. So definitely write those things down. Also, if you do have a place like on the application when you're filling it out and it asks for a cover letter, definitely upload your cover letter. If it doesn't ask, don't worry about it, but still, you will still have a cover letter just in case, you know. All right, so here we go with the big stuff, because this is where most people mess up. Most people will do the resume, cover letter, upload both of them, fill out the application, and just wait for a call. No, we're not doing that. That's not what you're supposed to do. After you fill out the application and upload your resume and your cover letter, you need to do a follow-up call. The reason you're writing them down is so when you do your follow-up call. And you want to do a follow-up call. For me, I prefer you do it within like 3 to 5 days after you fill out the application. Definitely call and ask for the hiring manager. Once you get the hiring manager, say your name. I applied for whatever so-and-so position. I was just calling to check on the status of my application. That's it. And either they're going to tell you they looked at it, they haven't had a chance to look at it, or ask you in for an interview. Like, it can only go those ways. Just make sure you make that follow-up call and check on the status of your application. If you do get told, like, to call back, they're not available right now or whatever, then definitely call back. But make sure you call back that day within like 2 to 3 hours. And if they are busy and haven't had time to look over it and they say, you know, like, call me tomorrow, simply ask what time they want you to call and definitely call back. If you do happen to call back on your follow-up call and they ask you to come in for an interview, make sure you go in for the interview, dress properly, the way you're supposed to, like casual. If you don't know what like to wear or not to wear, simply just look it up on Google. Like, seriously, because you want to come in there and look like you about business, because you want the job and you know you coming in there to kill it. So dress the part. And you can definitely do what I used to do, which is like practice interview questions, like practice answering the questions, because you know everything to say when you get out of the interview, or you had all these questions that you did not ask, and you're gonna beat yourself up over that. So practice like what you're gonna say, make it real short, simple, you know. Definitely get all your like jittery stuff out the way before you go in. And the reason I'm telling y'all this is because I've been a store manager for 5 years, well, over 5 years, and I know what I'm looking for in an employee, and I also know how it feels to do an interview, you know, or to be on the other end. After the interview, you definitely want to wait anywhere from like 10 to 14 days, so up to 2 weeks. Call back. After you do the interview, yes, I said it, you call back within 2 weeks. So you just want to call back up there, speak to the hiring manager again. Once they come on, hello, my name is, you know, so-and-so, state your name, and just let them know that you were calling just to get an update on the status or the timeline of whatever position that you're applying for. And you can let them know, like, I applied on this day, I interviewed on this date. Make sure you write both dates down. And the reason why you're calling back to check on the status of the position, because you want to make sure it's not, you know, full, they gave it to somebody else or things like that. But definitely call back. You always do 2 follow-up calls. 1, after you did the application, call and check on the status. 2, after 10 days up to 2 weeks, you're going to, well, if you had an interview, you call back and check on the status of the position. Main thing you want to do. If you don't even get called in for an interview at all, and you call back up there like 2 more times. Give it a couple days. After the 3rd time, just move on to something else. Because if you're not getting a hold of nobody, chances are they haven't looked at it, or it's an unorganized place to work anyway. They definitely should have looked at your application within 2 weeks. I don't go past 2 weeks when looking at applications. When you go in and do your interview, just make sure you just be yourself. Like, relax, have fun with it. You don't practice it. I know that's easier said than done, but being on the opposite side of it and interviewing other people, I always have to tell them, like, just relax, Just tell me a little bit about yourself, but relax, because they're shaking in their boots, and you could tell they're super nervous. So just practice, you know what I'm saying? And go in there with a good mindset. Let them know what you're about, If you work in multiple places or you've done this same position in different places, you're a pro at it. Let them know that, And just try your best, do the best you can. Make sure you do your 2 follow-ups. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you correctly find a job. Stay on them people. Because sometimes managers, even myself, we get busy and we forget. So definitely call so you can stand out. And if they're not responding to you after you did the interview, or when you do your first follow-up and they keep telling you to call back and you done did it like 3 times, it's a very unorganized company and you should not apply there anyways. They're not that busy, okay? Especially if they need a position filled. There's no way you should be that busy. But yes, if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Make sure to share this video, like the video. Definitely share it with somebody else if you think it'll help somebody else. Because finding a job, I know people just make it seem like, oh, it's just so easy. No, it's not. Especially when you don't do those follow-up calls. You just filling out applications. You don't know what you filled it out for. You don't remember the position when they call you back. You don't remember the company that's horrible. You have to keep track of that stuff so you can know what you're doing. Stay organized. And as always, you can subscribe to the channel. You heard? But yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you want to subscribe. If you don't, hey, I salute you still. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Bye. And of course, I love you all. To all my snowflakes. Mwah. I will see you in the next video. Next video, we doing the environment. That's number 7. Then it's time to get into the nitty-gritty. I told y'all when we first start, it's going to be basic stuff. So we're going to do the environment next, and we're going to roll it from there. You heard? All right. Peace.